Probably the first few weeks of a new school year is a common time when some signs of anxiety might start to appear for your child. Compassionate Counseling St. Louis is dedicated to help angry kids, anxious teens, and overwhelmed young adults. So here to share what to look out for, really, we have founder of Compassionate Counseling, Kelsey Torgerson Dunn. Kelsey, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Okay, so this is something that a lot of parents should really be aware of, specifically at this time of year. What are those signs that your child might be struggling with anxiety?
Yeah, of course. So we all know those kind of classic anxiety signs. So the kid who seems really shy or hesitant has separation anxiety. But I also want parents to be looking out for those less common or more hidden signs of anxiety. So anxiety can look like stress, but it can also look like anger, overwhelmed, overreactions, or even perfectionism.
And when you notice those signs, sometimes your first response as a parent might be to, let's fix the problem.
Yes.
But a big part of what you try to explain to parents is we actually need to first just calm down.
Yeah, absolutely. So first you want to calm down as a parent. I have a 4-year-old, and so it's very easy to also get overwhelmed when your kid is really overwhelmed. So as a parent, you're kind of in charge of the situation. You need to stay calm and in control of your own emotions. Then you want to help your kid identify, what are you really feeling? Are you just angry, or is there something else going on underneath the surface? You want to calm down. Breathing activities, muscle activities, meditation activities, and then you can solve the problem. So first you really need to understand what's going on, and both of you be calm so that you can, think a little bit more clearly to solve the problem well.
And make that game plan. So what is it then? What approach do you take to anxiety once you've calmed down, once you've seen that there is a problem here?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I think whenever someone has anxiety, it's really important to be practicing relaxation skills kind of throughout the day. So not just waiting until you have the big blow up, or you're like trying to control the temper tantrum that's happening at Schnucks or whatever.
Right.
You want to make sure that you guys have a really good coping skills toolbox so that you can calm down before you need to use it, but then also in the moment as well.
Because sometimes it does feel like, oh, now it's too late,
yes,
right?
Absolutely.
It really does. It's a snowball effect.
Yeah, you can reach the tipping point where you're outside of that window of control, where you can't do anything else besides kind of ride that wave of having the big overwhelmed overreaction. And then when you're back within that zone of control, then you can kind of figure out, what do we do next time so that it doesn't get to this point.
And of course, this is something that you do at Compassionate Counseling, but you also have this book, When Anxiety Makes You Angry.
Yes.
So what can we find in this book? I mean, that title already just kind of draws me in.
Yeah, absolutely. So a big kind of gap in terms of self-help books is anxiety-driven anger. It's something that people kind of think about, but there's not a lot of stuff out there. So this is a self-help book that I wrote for teenagers on kind of identifying what is underneath your anger, and then just like we do in counseling sessions, what can you do about it so that you have skills, strategies, tools that you need to not only kind of take charge of your anger and your anxiety, but you can move forward and have it feel less like it's in charge of you rather than you're in charge of it.
And a lot of what I love that you're saying is a lot of it is that pausing, that seeing what's happening to your body, just understanding yourself more, which is certainly something that we can all use.
All benefit from,
kids, teens, and adults.
Yes.
But certainly for parents, just to be on the lookout for those signs and be able to get your child the help that they need. So we're going to have all of that information for Kelsey at Compassionate Counseling. It can be found right there on your screen if you have any further questions. And then again, you can find further information about her book as well. Learn more at kck.com/showme. Thank you so much, Kelsey, for being here today. And Project 5 and Behavioral Health Response are teaming up to provide mental health counseling. If you or anyone you know needs mental health support, it's available until 10:30 tonight. You can call 988 to speak to a trained counselor. Teens can text Be Heard to 31658.